If you're alone right now, you might want to stop watching, because what you're about to hear isn't just fiction. These are real stories shared by people who wish they never experienced them. Stories about ordinary night that turned into something they couldn't explain. And the strange thing is, in every one of these stories, there was a moment where something just felt wrong. So if you hear something while watching this, don't ignore it, because tonight, you might not feel alone anymore. I am James. I live alone, in a quiet neighborhood on the edge of town. It's the kind of place where nothing really happens. No noise, no traffic, just silence. And honestly, I liked it that way. Every night I followed the same routine. Lock the doors, check the windows, turn off the lights, and go to bed. That night felt no different. I remember checking the front door twice, making sure it was locked, and I clearly remember closing my bedroom door. Sometime around 2 a.m., I woke up. Not suddenly, not from a nightmare, just awake. At first, I didn't think much of it. I reached for my phone, the room still dark and quiet. But then, something caught my attention. My bedroom door was slightly open. Just a few inches, but enough to notice. And instantly, I felt it, that feeling that something wasn't right. I sat up slowly, staring at the gap in the door. The hallway outside was completely dark. No movement, no sound, just silence. Then I heard it. A soft creak, like someone stepping carefully on the floor. I froze. My body wouldn't move. My breathing slowed, and I just listened. Another step, closer. At that moment, I knew I wasn't alone. I slowly reached for my phone, my hand shaking slightly, and turned on the flashlight. The beam of light hit the hallway. Empty. Nothing there. But something felt wrong. The hallway looked too dark, like the light wasn't reaching all the way down. I kept staring, trying to calm myself down. Then suddenly, I heard a soft sound. A slow, scratching noise. Like fingernails dragging across the wall. I stopped breathing. The scratching moved closer, slowly, carefully. And then, the door moved. And for 1 second, I saw something standing there, tall, completely still, a dark shape just outside the doorway. I pointed the flashlight directly at it. But the hallway was empty again, no footsteps, no sound, nothing. I stayed awake until sunrise, too afraid to move. When morning finally came, I opened my bedroom door slowly, and that's when I saw them. Footprints, muddy, wet footprints, right outside my bedroom. They came from the hallway and stopped directly at my door. But what terrified me most was the wall beside the doorway, because running across it were long scratch marks, like someone
had been standing there all night.
This happened a few months ago, during a late-night drive home. I had just finished work, and it was already past midnight. The roads were empty, no traffic, no streetlights in some areas, just darkness stretching for miles. But about 20 minutes in, I saw someone standing on the side of the road. A man, completely still, not walking, not signaling, just standing there. I slowed down a little, trying to see if he needed help, but something about him felt off. He wasn't looking at the road. He was looking directly at my car. As I got closer, I noticed he didn't move at all, not even a little. I drove past him, didn't stop, didn't even think twice, but then I checked my rearview mirror, and he was gone, just gone. There was nowhere he could have gone. No buildings, no trees, nothing, just open road. That's when I felt it. A sudden chill, and then I heard something from the back seat. A soft, steady breathing sound. My grip tightened on the steering wheel. Slowly, I looked into the mirror again, and for just a second, I saw him, sitting behind me. Perfectly still, staring.
For a second, I couldn't breathe. His face looked wrong, too pale, too empty, and his eyes were locked directly on mine in the mirror. I slammed the gas pedal instantly. The engine screamed as the car sped forward. But when I looked back into the mirror again, he was closer. Not sitting normally anymore. He was leaning forward, slowly, until his face was right behind my shoulder. I could hear him breathing. Slow, wet, heavy. Then suddenly, the radio exploded with static. The headlights flickered, and for a split second, the entire road ahead of me went completely dark. I nearly crashed. The steering wheel jerked hard to the side, and when the headlights came back on, he was gone.
I didn't think. I just slammed the gas pedal. The car sped forward, and I kept driving. Didn't stop, didn't look back again. When I finally reached home, I checked the back seat. Empty, but the seat was still warm.
My name is Adam. A few weeks ago, I installed a security camera in my apartment. Nothing fancy, just something basic, so I could check in while I was away. At first, everything was normal. The camera only picked up small things, like shadows or light changes, until one night. Around 3 a.m., I got a notification. Motion detected. At first, I ignored it. I thought it was probably nothing. But something made me check. I opened the app. The camera feed showed my living room. Dark, quiet, empty. Then, something moved. Near the kitchen. I leaned closer to my phone, trying to see clearly. And that's when I saw it. A figure. Tall, still, standing in the dark. It wasn't moving. Just watching. My heart started racing, because at that exact moment, I was inside my bedroom, and my door was closed. At first, I thought someone had broken in, but then I noticed something strange. The figure wasn't facing the camera. It was facing the hallway. The hallway leading to my bedroom. My stomach dropped instantly, because at that exact moment, I was sitting inside that bedroom. I kept staring at the screen, trying to understand what I was seeing. And then, the figure moved. Slowly, one step at a time, toward my bedroom door. I froze. The apartment around me fell completely silent. No neighbors, no traffic outside. Nothing. Then I heard it. A soft sound from the hallway outside my room. A slow footstep, then another, closer. I looked back at the camera feed. The figure was gone. My heart started pounding so hard I could barely breathe. Then suddenly, my bedroom door handle moved, slowly turning downward. I backed away from the door immediately. The handle stopped moving. For a second, everything went quiet again. Then my phone vibrated. Another notification. Motion detected. I looked down at the screen, and the camera was now showing my bedroom doorway, like someone had picked the camera up. My entire body went cold, because standing in the doorway was the same dark figure. Only now, it was much closer. Close enough that I could finally see its face, except it didn't have one. I didn't wait. I grabbed my keys, ran out, and left everything behind. I never went back, never checked that apartment again. But sometimes, late at night, I still get notifications from that camera, even though it's no longer there. Before you sleep tonight, make sure your door is locked, and I'll see you in the next story. Subscribe, if you dare.